You just call the director and let them know that I'm going to be jumping on board now.
Llama al director y dile que sí, que quiero hacerlo y que cuando quiera.
Of course, I call him now.
Yeah, call him now. Say now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You more sexy.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Mercedes, by the way. I didn't tell you my name.
Hi, Mercedes. How are you?
Good, thank you. My question is, and if you can live a moment of your life again, what moment would you choose?
I could relive one moment of my life again?
Yes.
I talked about earlier this morning. We had a small group of people in the full group panel, and we were talking about childhood memories. And for those of you who were here, you remember me talking about going to the park with my dad when I was a kid and watching baseball games and spending the afternoon with him, and then usually playing in the afternoon, or even on days where I wasn't playing, we would just go and watch baseball. And my dad sort of used baseball as a metaphor for life, so it was a lot of how we just had man-to-man conversations growing up. And those were some of my favorite memories of my life, so I'd love to go back and do that again. Where I can appreciate it.
Si pudiera volver a rememorar o volver a vivir un recuerdo, dice que tiene un recuerdo muy bueno que era cuando iba con su padre a ver partidos de béisbol, que su padre le enseñaba cómo era la vida mediante jugadas de béisbol o cómo se hacía el béisbol.
Hi, love.
Hi.
As you know, everyone here is in love with you. So, what song
Some people yell that sometimes. So.
would you dedicate to your friends?
What
Or
song would
me?
I dedicate to you guys? Is that what you said?
Or me?
Or you?
Yes.
Well, obviously the Macarena. But since we all know I won't listen to that song again. What song would I dedicate? Oh, how about that? What is the song called? Hold on, I'm thinking of it. How about Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran? Yeah? No, I'm not gonna have it. And you can have that one too, is that okay? Will you share it with them?
Yes.
Yeah? Great.
One last thing. Can you tell me something romantic in Spanish?
The only thing I know is te amo.
Gracias,
Is
Juanjo.
that enough?
Thank you.
Gracias.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you so much again for being so nice to you again. And my question is,
Wait a second. If I'm here, who? We should go find out who's pretending to be me. Or maybe I'm here, not actually me. Maybe the real me is there and I'm pretending to be me. That's some crazy deception stuff going on.
my question is,
Go back to your question.
what have you enjoyed most about your trip around Europe the last month?
My trip around Europe the last month. I spent a lot of time because we're all as a group here, and some of us are not everybody's here for all of them, so some of us go back and forth, and the group sort of changes as we're doing all these different European conventions, and so I spend a lot of time with people, and I go out and see things and go to dinner with groups, but I also spend, by choice, a lot of time by myself, walking around and seeing the city that way, and I'll download like an audio guide of a part of a city or a cathedral or something, and just go and try to immerse myself in, a museum or architecture, and just sort of take in everything. And those have been some of my favorite moments, sort of the quiet moments, like sitting in, what is it, the Le Parc des Citadelles, is that the park? The big one? Yeah. I spent 6 hours just sort of sitting there reading and just hanging out, enjoying, because this city is so different from where I live. All of these cities, Europe in general, is just so the speed and the pulse of the city is so different. So I love getting to sort of just immerse myself by myself in that culture and meeting people on the street and just sort of talking to people in restaurants and making friends that way. And obviously, seeing all you guys has been wonderful as well.
Mira que los momentos que más he disfrutado han sido los momentos que estaba solo, que se bajaba guías, por ejemplo, de ciudades o de museos y que dice que he disfrutado muchísimo, por ejemplo, en el Parque de la Ciudadela, creo que es, leyendo y estando ahí, pues esos momentos les ha gustado mucho. Verse inmerso en la cultura y el pulso de la ciudad.
Hola. ¿Te gusta ser malo en la serie?
¿Qué?
¿Otra vez?
Que si le gusta ser malo en la serie.
Do you like to be evil in the series?
Sí, mucho.
Sí.
Es mi favorito. I'm gonna try this. Estar muy malo es mi favorito. Persona. Portray, ¿cómo se dice? Interpretar. Interprete. So bad. Lo siento. See, in some other countries, when I try to speak their language, they stop me and just go, English. I appreciate you encouraging me. Hi.
Hi.
Is that it? Is that the end?
Yeah, perfect. With you, it's all perfect.
It's all perfect?
Yeah.
That's a good expression. It's all perfect.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the question.
Okay. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. Chris, your character Kai is a psychopath, but you are a very pleasant and attractive person. How do you manage to get into your character?
How do I manage to get into my character?
Yeah.
I prefer playing people who are, not like me. It's more exciting, and that's my favorite part of the work, is getting to disappear into somebody who thinks differently and who acts differently and speaks differently. And for Kai, it's sort of, he lives in a light place, but behind it is really unholy purpose. Everything he wants to do is muy malo. And someone liked it. And so I would, before each scene, depending on what we were doing, I would find, I'd sit in my chair, find like a corner where I could be, and I have a playlist on my phone that's some music that sort of helps put me in the headspace. And it's just stuff that helps me feel like Kai, and by sort of listening to it every time I was working, you start to associate those songs with the character, and so when I listen to those specific tunes, it sort of puts me in the right space. But I would sort of do that and allow myself to start to think like him and try to find that very sociopathic level place where there's something off behind his eyes. But that's not something you can do physically, like when someone's like, be a sociopath, you can't just like do something with your eyes and it works. It's something really deep down where you're thinking differently. And so the reason you look a certain way is because you're thinking and feeling a certain way. And so for me, it all starts from there. It starts from how I feel about what's around me. And to play a psycho, you have to kind of think something weird.
Can you tell us which tunes?
Which tunes?
Make you be a
There's some like strange stuff, like some dark things, like there's some Marilyn Manson on there. There's this band Cursive, I don't know if anybody knows them. The Mars Volta, you guys might know them. Do you know Mars Volta? No? I think they're Spanish, they're from Spain. Who else? There's Beyonce and
Dice que para prepararse para entrar en el personaje de Kai, aparte de primero que no cree que tengas que hacer algo físico, que no es algo físico prepararse para Kai, simplemente es una cosa que tiene que ser interior, pero que dice que se prepara, que se pone una silla en un rincón y se pone una playlist que tiene en el teléfono con Marilyn Manson, con una serie de canciones que ya con el tiempo asoció a su personaje y que le han ayudado muchísimo. Y dice que se toma un momentito, se mete ahí y después ya simplemente sale.
And finally, could you make Kai face and say, "Did you miss me?"
I just told you I can't do that.
It's Marilyn Manson.
It's hard. I need my Marilyn Manson music. Guys, they're like, we don't have that.
It's just a few seconds. It's a little
Yeah.
bit.
How do you say miss me in Spanish?
¿Me echasteis de menos?
Oh, that sounds hard.
¿Me echas de menos? ¿Me echas de menos?
¿Me echas de menos? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Girls? Girls?
¿Me echas de menos? Miss me?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Thank you.
Terrible. Thank you. See, I can't do it when you're like, lock into it. It's hard. It takes me a second. I know, you guys are all so friendly, and I'm used to smiling at you, so when you tell me to look at you like I want to kill you, it's a little hard. It's your fault, basically, is what I'm saying. Hi. I don't think that's a smart thing to ask someone to do. What is yell, kill me? No, I won't.